Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be giving you guys the best drill moves or dribble sigs or dribble animations, whatever you guys want to call it, for NBA 2K23 next gen and current gen. In this video, I'm gonna be giving you guys the best dribble sigs for all different types of builds, not just point guards. I've seen way too many YouTubers give you only one set dribble moves that only work for one specific build. You guys can pause the video, copy them down, and then click off the video if you want to, but please drop me a like for not wasting any of your time. Also, I would recommend actually sticking around and watching this entire video because I'm explaining why I use these sigs, how to use these sigs properly, and as well give you guys alternate sigs you can use if you can't unlock these. With that being said, let's hop right into the video. So now for the dribbling style, this is going to be Michael Jordan. This is one of the best dribble styles in this game in my opinion, and you only need a 75 speed with ball to unlock it. I'm basically using this dribbling style for two main reasons. The first one is, in my opinion, is one of the fastest speed boosts out of all the other dribbling styles in my opinion. As well, when you're running with the ball, it feels really responsive and you don't really feel like you're sliding when you are running and like making sudden movements. As well, I have heard that this dribbling style does make it kind of difficult for you to get ripped. And then actually one last thing is going to be the connectors. These connectors could be a little bit better, but in my opinion, they are quite good. And I'm pretty sure most builds can get this dribbling style, so definitely equip it if you can get it. If you can't get Michael Jordan, I honestly don't really know what to recommend to you guys. I just haven't experimented with any dribbling styles for builds with less than a 75 speed with ball, but I'm sure there's a ton of good ones out there, and I'll definitely be experimenting with them a little bit later this week. So next, onto the signature size up. For this animation, I'm going with Steve Francis. Now, I used this for a little bit of NBA 2K22, and it was honestly super good. And honestly, looking back on it now, it was probably my favorite signature size up. This animation right here really just has the best all-around animations. Some other packages that you could equip have like better single animations, but those packages just aren't as well rounded as this animation right here. Everything from its crossover to its tween to its behind the back is just very good and very explosive. I've experimented with basically all the 6 size ups available, including like Kemba Walker and Trae Young, and I do believe this is the best one. Now for a backup signature size up you can use is going to be Zach LaVine. In my opinion, this is just super underrated, and if you haven't tried this animation out, definitely be sure to try it out. The drill moves are just kind of nice and quick. Okay, onto the size up escape package. You guys see I'm going with John Wall, but honestly, I'm kind of not. The John Wall package, don't get me wrong, is very good. All its animations are very solid, but this is actually probably my second favorite animation and probably gonna be my backup animation if I'm on a build with a slightly lower ball handling rating. And what I'm actually going to be running with for the rest of NBA 2K23 is Damian Lillard. Right now I'm playing 2K23 before 2K23 is actually released on New Zealand, and I just cannot buy VC for some reason. Like, I was only able to buy like $20 worth of VC. I also did have the 100k VC from buying like the Michael Jordan edition or whatever, but like upgrading builds in 2K23 is so expensive and I could not fully upgrade this build. Like legit, I have 5 VC right now. So yeah, the backup is going to be John Wall, but the difference between John Wall and Damian Lillard is honestly just massive. If you're making a build, definitely don't just make a build with an 85 ball handle. You're really gonna want this Damian Lillard size up escape package. Now, if you're on like a slightly taller build and you can't unlock either John Wall or Damian Lillard, then I recommend going with LeBron James. This signature size up is honestly very good. In fact, for a little bit of the time that I was playing on my New Zealand account, I was actually using LeBron James over John Wall. You get this absolutely crazy step back that you can also get with the Damian Lillard, but on a taller build, it's just so good, and you only need a 70 ball handle, as I already said. For the moving crossover, this one I'm using right here. Yeah, it's the biggest crossover animation while also being the fastest crossover animation. Its double crossover animation is quite good as well. I would not be surprised if the crossover animation changes later this year, because apparently they have like 30 crossover animations this year, something like that, which is just insane. Around, this is a great animation for getting up and down the floor and also for the half court setting. Now, if you can't unlock that little crossover animation right there, then I would recommend going with LeBron James as your backup. Or not really as your backup, just as your primary if you can't unlock the previous sig. Yeah, all around LeBron James is just super smooth. It has a pretty big crossover as well, a pretty fast crossover. That's just very helpful whether you're isoing or just getting up and down the floor. Onto the behind, you guys see on the screen right now what I'm rocking with. It's a super fast and super silky smooth animation that's just very good. And as well, just like the crossover, it's going to be great for isoing in the half court, and as well it's going to be quite good when you're getting up and down the floor. It's basically day one, so this is more a prediction than anything else. My prediction is that moving behind the backs are going to be super useful this year, since obviously the dribbling is less like speed boosty. For the spin back, I'm going to be rocking with basic. This is the best ISO spin back in this game by far, and it's just really glitchy. And I believe is actually the only spin back in the game right now. But again, it is day one. I would not be surprised if we did find another spin back. It's really glitchy. It's incredibly hard to guard, and it's basically just free 3-pointers if you know how to use it correctly. Now, honestly, hesitations are super bad in this game. Like, they take up a lot of stamina, and as well, they're really not that useful. But I do believe that Pro is the best hezzies out of all the ones I've used. They took out the glitchy little hop animation that you had last year and pretty much all previous 2Ks. I'm very curious to see whether or not it will come back, and if it doesn't, I'm going to be very disappointed because I love that animation so much. If you guys know what I'm talking about, let me know down below in the comment section. So yeah, I'm running with Pro instead. For the moving step back, I'd recommend going with normal. It is what a ton of comp players were using last year because it gives you like the little glitchy L2 animation, which I actually haven't tried doing this year, so it could be patched. Also, the other reason that normal is extremely good is because if you're running forward and then hit the snatch back, you get this little sideways snatch back that you can use to crab kids. So now on to the most important stick of the video by far. This is going to be the triple threat style. I'm just kidding, guys. It really doesn't matter. I'm just using the default one. And now I'm going to be giving you guys my shot creating animations, because these animations are also super important when it comes to getting open. For the dribble pull-up, I recommend using Steph Curry or normal. Both these animations are quite good and are used by a ton of good players. For the hop jumper, I'm going with Trey Burke. The reasoning behind this is because it's really fast. It creates a ton of space really quickly. And as well, if you use it briefly as kind of more of like a dribble move than an actual shot, it's going to be very challenging to guard. For the spin jumper, I am going with Pro. Although I do believe this animation is very easy to green. Now, before I do wrap up this video, I got to give you guys a few settings to help you dribble a little bit more, because people don't understand how important settings actually are to help you dribble. For the Pro Stick function, this has to be on default. You'd think it'd be better for it to be on dribble moves because it would help you dribble better, but in reality, it has to be on default. Like, some dribble moves just don't work if it's on dribble move. For the Pro Stick orientation, this also has to be an absolute. Like, if you plan camera relative, I don't know what you're doing. What absolute pretty much means is no matter where you are on the floor, what you have to do with your right stick is the exact same. However, what camera relative means is if you're at the top of the key, then your dribble moves are pretty much going to be the exact same as they would be if you're on absolute. However, if you're in the corner, everything's going to be shifted 90 degrees because it's relative to your camera. So basically, to do a crossover, you would have to flick up or down instead of left or right. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. If you did enjoy it, please drop me a like and subscribe to the channel. The rest of my 2K23 videos are on the screen right now. Stay tuned for the jump shot, and with that being said, I'm out. Peace.